Turkey has evacuated its military personnel protecting the Tomb of Süleyman Şah in northern Syria as well as the artifacts in the mausoleum in an operation jointly conducted by the intelligence organization and the Turkish army, a few days after reports suggested that the tomb was besieged by jihadists belonging to the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL. A soldier was killed in an accident during the early hours of the operation, Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoğlu confirmed during a press conference early on February 22. The soldier has been identified as Halit Avcı. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan reportedly called the family of Avcı to convey his condolences. The tomb, around 37 kilometers from the Turkish border, is regarded as Turkish territory by international agreements and was protected by around 40 soldiers. Davutoğlu, Land Forces Commander Hulusi Akar and other military officials determined the details of the military operation during a meeting at Turkey's General Staff Headquarters in Ankara on February 20, Hürriyet has learned. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan approved the operation. During the operation that was launched late February 21, Airborne Early Warning and Control, AWACS, aircraft, military helicopters, and drones were on duty as 39 tanks and 57 armored vehicles penetrated the border with support teams from Turkey's special forces. Live footage and other data from the field were followed in an operation room at the General Staff's headquarters. Without engaging in any clashes, Turkish troops left Syria early February 22, after detonating the symbolic building to prevent ISIL militants from using it as a base. Davutoğlu announced in a series of tweets on February 22 that the artifacts had been temporarily brought to Turkey, while the Turkish army took control of an area in the Ashma region of Syria, raising our flag, where Süleyman Şah will later be transferred. Stressing that there is an environment of conflict bearing every kind of risks in Syria, Davutoğlu described the operation, named Safrat, Shah Euphrates, as extremely successful. I want to stress that a nation can build a future only by laying a claim to its past, Turkish PM added. Turkey will submit a notice to the Syrian consulate in Istanbul, saying that the placement of the tomb will be changed, Hürriyet said. Relations between Turkey and the Bashar al-Assad are extremely tense, with Ankara repeatedly proclaiming in the international arena that al-Assad should be ousted. In a separate but brief statement, the Turkish army also confirmed that the operation was completed and that the troops and all valuable artifacts had been removed from the outpost. The army cited security concerns and military obligations as the reason for the evacuation operation, while reiterating that there were no clashes between the army and armed groups inside Syria. The operation came a few days after reports suggested that the ISIL jihadists had besieged the tomb and that Turkish soldiers protecting the enclave were trapped by the militants. Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu denied claims in a statement on February 20. Media reports claimed that Turkey was in negotiations with ISIL militants for the release of the Turkish soldiers in exchange for arrested jihadist militants. The Tomb of Süleyman Şah has long been in the spotlight as there were fears that it could be targeted by Syria's government or ISIL forces. Turkey made clear to all parties fighting in the Syrian theater that it would protect the tomb and its soldiers in the enclave in the event of an attack and retaliate in kind.